Today, let us move on to page number 134, 135 and 136. Today, let us start with an activity 10 to make a ball bearing model. Here are materials required are 3 bottle caps of different sizes, glass marbles and some books. Now keep the smallest bottle cap inside the middle-sized cap. Take some marbles and put them between the 2 caps. A ring of marbles will be formed. Place the largest cap such that it rests on the marbles only and does not touch any of the other caps. You have inverted the largest cap over the small caps. Now you are going to keep the books or place the books on this big cap. Now spin the book. The books rotate very easily, very speedily. The reason is have prepared ball bearings using marbles which reduce the friction so the object move very fastly. So the books rotate very fastly without any difficulties. Now what do you conclude? Ball bearings reduce the friction, that is kind of rolling friction. Thus we can conclude that rolling friction is lesser than sliding and static friction. Since rolling friction causes less magnitude, that means friction of rolling is very less. That is the reason we use wheels under suitcase or traveling bags so that we can easily carry the object from one place to another. We can say that the small wheels called as rollers which are fitted below the surface of suitcase or any traveling bags. Now let's move on to the topic, the methods of increasing friction. Now you only tell me how to increase the friction. We have to make a rough surface. So friction will be increased. There will be proper grip between 2 surfaces so the object do not move. That is a reason there are spikes on under the sole of the shoes which helps the athlete to increase friction and prevent slipping. In order to increase the friction between the surfaces, the surface of the matchbox and head of the matchstick are made a rough surface in order to increase the friction. During rainy season, the ground becomes slippery. So people used to fill the ground with the sand and gravels to increase the friction. Thus we can avoid slipping. Here are the questions. Why ladies apply soap to their hands to remove bangles? Because soap, when you apply soap, it reduces the friction. So it is easy for ladies to remove bangles from their hands. So why do we apply soaps? To decrease the friction, to bring the smooth surface on the hand. Why do we sprinkle powder on the carom board? Why? Because we want to reduce the friction so that the coin move very fastly to the particular target place. The first topic is methods to reduce friction. Make the surface smooth by using lubricants. Here are some lubricating objects like oil, grease. So by applying this over the machines, we can reduce friction so the machines run smoothly. Here is an activity 9 to show how lubrication reduces friction. Materials required are mustard oils. Now you apply this mustard oil between your fingers. What you are going to do is move the finger or rub the finger each other. What do you observe? Our fingers move easily over each other. Thus here oil acts as a lubricant. Here oil you applied which get into the uneven part of the surface of our skin. That is what it is easier to move one another because this smoother surface reduces friction. There will not get proper grip between 2 surfaces or 2 fingers. Because of this, it slide over each other or slip over each other. If you leave your cycle for few months without using, what will happen? It is very difficult to run the bicycle or cycling. What you have to do? Because here you have to apply lubricants. Which type of lubricant? Mustard oil, some kind of oil you can apply over the wheel and the chain. After applying this lubricant, you can run the bicycle, you can ride the bicycle with less effort because this oil reduces friction between the surfaces, so we can ride the bicycle very easily. By polishing the surface, which reduces the friction. This polishing eliminates the irregularities. It fills the irregularity space or holes on the surfaces. Thus, it reduces friction by making the surfaces smooth. In some cases, talcum powder is used as a lubricant. When we sprinkle this powder on the surface of carom board, the irregularities will be removed. Irregular surface on the carom board will be filled with this powder, so it brings the smooth surface, thus reduces the friction so that coin reaches a particular target site. In some cases, graphite also used as a lubricating material. In order to reduce liquid friction or air friction, the bodies or objects are made streamlined body. What is streamlined body? It is of spindle-shaped body, tapered at both ends, narrowed at both ends, like boats, aeroplanes, etc. These streamlined bodies reduce the friction exerted by air or liquid. Soap solutions are used in cutting and grinding machines in order to reduce friction, and also ball bearings are also used to reduce the friction. Ball bearing reduce the contact surface between two surfaces, thus it reduces the friction